Hello, Dan Brown. Before I start, I just want to tell you that not all your fans are, under 25. Some of us are old guys. And I'm a big fan of yours, and I watch all your videos, and I don't like all of them, but generally I do. I always look forward to watching your videos, but enough for that. I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I was very intrigued by this concept that you told me, that this man wants to do this stuff for his family, that he starts at least doing it out of love. That's something that has been going through my mind a lot lately. Being a gay man, I hear a lot about the people that are opposed to our rights, particularly about marriage rights. And what they will always say is that it threatens their family and threatens heterosexual marriage. And what they have said in the past about our rights, and indeed about the rights of every minority through history, whether it's the Jews or the black people or whatever, that we are a threat to their children. And as you know, loving your children is not just an emotional thing, it's a biological thing. It's a natural drive to want to protect your children. And a lot of people will say that's just an excuse for bigotry, but you know what? I've come to believe they really believe that. I don't think anybody thinks of themselves as a bigot, a racist, a sexist, a homophobe. They don't think of themselves as hating a group of people. They think of themselves as wanting to protect their people, the people they care about. So this brings me to this whole thing about love. Now, the Beatles said all you need is love. Well, they had gone to India and studied spiritual things, and they came back, and John Lennon went and compressed it into a single phrase that he thinks is going to work. Unfortunately, I think when people hear, especially young people hearing rock and roll, all you need is love, what they're associating love with is erotic love of love that has a sexual component, or even love that is going to involve a lifelong commitment to somebody, but with your significant other. And as I said, people associate love with family, with children. But that kind of love is not always a good thing. That kind of love's not going to save the world, because it's love for some people and not love for other people. If you've ever seen the show Everybody Loves Raymond, you can see his mother always operates out of love. She sincerely says, I do this out of love, and she does the most horrible things. And surely anyone that's had a parent has known that although your parents love you, they have done things sometimes that make you end up on a psychiatrist's couch. So I'm just saying that kind of love, well, while very nice, is not going to save the world. That's not the principle of love that Jesus was talking about, or Buddha, or any of the religious leaders. They were talking about a universal love. And you have to love the whole world. Now, when Jesus said, love your neighbor, he was asked, who is my neighbor? And he gave the parable of the Good Samaritan. Unfortunately, although everybody knows that parable, they don't understand what it means. That's because we don't know what a Samaritan is or was at the time. The Samaritans were the most despised group. The Jews didn't talk to them. They kind of avoided them. And possibly for good reason. So I understand the Samaritans did some nasty things to the Jews. And his point was that even these people you hate, maybe even for good reasons, you have to love. You have to have universal love for everybody. So, having said that, we need to love everybody, our friends, our enemies, the strangers, equally, and that will save the world. I'm going to say people never get to that point. Mankind has been here for, 1 million years or so, and civilization's been here for 5,000 years, and, Christianity has been here for whatever people, we're still in the same mess. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. But that's what could save the world. Okay, thank you, Dan. I really enjoy watching your videos.